Well, joining me now is Arizona's current Secretary of State, Katie Hobbs. She's also running this year as the Democratic nominee for governor. Good to see you again. Thank you for being with us, Secretary.
Great to be here. Thanks so much.
We've had so many conversations, you and I, over the last couple of years about the nonsense that many people hoped was behind us.
Yep.
This election in this state went on longer than it did anywhere else in America. I met with Republicans on Friday, all of whom said they will not vote for an election denier, that they do not doubt the outcome of the elections. They are proud of Arizona's Republican conservative traditions. And yet, you're running in a very, very tight race with your opponent, and all your statewide opponents are either neck and neck or even running behind your Republican election-denying opponents.
Yeah, I mean, I'm proud of the coalition of Republicans that we've built that are supporting my candidacy. Just for the very reason you said, it's a choice between sanity or chaos, and the election denial is the core of that chaos that Kari Lake and other folks will bring. But Arizona is a battleground state, and we knew it was going to be a tight race. We are not taking a single vote for granted, and we're fighting this fight till Election Day.
You're also still the Secretary of State. This is a state that doesn't have a lieutenant governor, so the Secretary of State is a unique important role in this state, also elected. And you've got crazy stuff happening. You've got these vigilantes. We don't know what happened with the burglarization of your office. This is a state where Republicans introduced mail-in balloting, and it has been hugely successful, and it is safe. There really is no measurable instance of fraud in this state.
Absolutely not. All of these allegations are just that. They are baseless allegations, and we've had no excuse mail-in voting for decades, and now over 3/4 of registered voters use it all the time.
What is going on with this intimidation or whatever is going on with masked people with guns and body armor at ballot drop boxes?
It's something we had our eyes out for because we heard inklings of it going to be happening, people planning to do that, and now we're seeing that. It is clear to me that it's voter intimidation. We have referred every report we've gotten in our office to the investigative authorities. A judge just ruled that he wasn't going to issue a restraining order to stop it now, so it's imperative that these authorities investigate quickly and act quickly to make sure that every voter is able to cast their ballot free of intimidation. We're taking these very seriously and want to make sure voters know that they can report these instances and that they have other options to return their ballot safely if they don't feel safe at whatever drop box they're going to.
You and I talked about a month ago about giving platforms to these lies, and it's a tough issue. But across the country and even in the state, some of the people who are running have chosen to debate these opponents in the hope that doing so will expose the lie or at least let voters understand what their views are. You have still decided not to debate Kari Lake. I'm asking you the same question I asked you a month ago. I want to know, has your thinking evolved in that, or do you really think that you don't want to be on a stage with her?
I think we made the best decision, and every action, Kari Lake is unique in that she is only interested in a spectacle, and that's what she creates every time she gets in front of the media. She threw a tantrum about the fact that I was going to get a half hour on the station that was airing the non-debate, and she threw a tantrum about this burglary at my office. She's only interested in creating a spectacle. She won't answer real questions from real reporters, and I've chosen to take my case directly to the voters in town hall style interviews, and I think that's the best choice.
What do you do about the fact that weirdly, I talk to people across this country who are really worried about democracy, and places like Arizona are what they're worried about. There's a different energy behind that fear than there seems to be around this Kari Lake MAGA election denial. Their rallies feel like Trump rallies.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, that she's taken that style of campaigning and mastered it. She's described herself as Trump in a dress.
How do you compete with that? How do you get the people, because the state, like every other state, in midterms, people don't come out and vote the way they do. Maybe this time they will. You don't know because of the mail-in balloting. How do you get people to say, if you really think abortion is a major issue, or you really think democracy itself is a major issue, you've got to treat this election like your democracy depends on it? How do you do that with that level of energy that Kari Lake has?
We are absolutely seeing that level of enthusiasm among Democrats, among Republicans and independents who know what's at stake in our state if Kari Lake were to win this election. And everywhere I go on the ground, there's excitement. And I'm not just going and talking to Democrats. I'm talking talking to voters across the state, every party who is excited about this election, excited about voting for me, we're certainly seeing that kind of enthusiasm, despite, not despite anything, but that's a unique style of campaigning that's not my style, and I feel confident about this race.
Tell me about the Republicans who have helped. Obviously, the late Grant Woods used to be on our show all the time, and he warned about what was going on in Arizona. Liz Cheney is running ads in this state for Democrats. Will they move the needle amongst Republicans, old-fashioned conservatives here, and independents for you? Yeah,
I absolutely think so. What we're creating is a permission structure for those Republicans who traditionally vote straight ticket Republican, that, hey, we're making this choice of sanity over chaos, and you should too.
Thank you so much. Thanks on behalf of my viewers, because you've always taken the time to get up very early in the morning to join us on Velshi to talk to us about these issues for the last couple of years. So thanks very much.
Thank you for having me.